Hi everyone, I'm here at my mum's house. She has just made these fantastic loaves of bread. Homemade bread is just absolutely fantastic. It's just come out of the oven, it's still hot. How are they made? Let's take a look.
Ένα, δύο, για δύο πρόσφαρα.
Alright,
so this is for
two
Ναι.
loaves of bread. Two
Ναι, ναι.
decent pinches of salt.
Μία κουταλιά τέτοια, yeast.
Yep, dried yeast. One
Ναι,
tablespoon.
αυτό. Ναι, και-
2 cups of warm
Αυτό.
water.
Δεν είναι τίποτα άλλο. Θα το ανακατέψω. Να λιώσει
Mix it to dissolve the salt and the yeast.
η μαγιά. Το plain αλεύρι θα βάλεις.
Plain flour, yeah.
Plain flour, ναι. Αυτό τώρα όσο πάρει αλεύρι.
2, 3, 4.
Αλλά μπορεί και να θέλεις κι άλλο. Ανάλογα πώς, δεν ξέρω ακριβώς πώς θα το φτιάξω εγώ, ναι.
Mix into a dough and then start kneading.
Έτσι. Να μην είναι ούτε μαλακό ούτε ξηρό.
The dough shouldn't be too hard or too soft.
Να ζυμώνεται.
This is now about 3 minutes later.
Όσο πιο πολύ το ζυμώνεις, τόσο καλύτερο γίνεται.
So the more you knead it, the better it becomes.
Πιάσ' να δεις.
So it's not sticking to my fingers.
Όχι, ναι.
After 10 minutes of kneading,
Και το σκεπάζουμε τελικά
cover it with a bowl
και
and
ρίχνουμε
leave
και
it to
ένα
rise.
από πάνω.
This is about an hour and a half later. On hotter days, it rises quicker. Knead the dough again for 10 minutes or so, and then separate into 2 equal parts. Lightly oiled pans.
Ναι, αυτό.
The stamp, filled with religious symbolism, is used when a Greek Orthodox person wants to donate the loaf of bread to the church so that the priest can use it to prepare the communion. It's obviously optional. Και αυτό γιατί το κάνεις?
Αυτό, άμα δεν το κάνεις, θα φουσκώσει και δεν θα είναι καλά. Ενώ τώρα με αυτό γίνεται όλο μαζί.
The loaf rises more evenly apparently. Place in a warm spot and let it rise again. This is now about an hour and a half later. Pop them into the oven and about 30 to 40 minutes later,
Να το και αυτό.
2 fresh, crusty and delicious loaves of bread. Okay, so this is my effort. This is the bread that I made according to my mum's instructions. It certainly smells fantastic. It looks great. It's got a great texture. I need to do a taste test now to see what it's like, but thank you very, very much for showing me
Να είσαι καλά. Ναι.
how to make.
Χαίρομαι
bread.
πάρα πολύ που προσπαθείτε να μάθετε της μαμάς τις δουλειές.
Yeah, so my mum's very pleased that we're actually making an attempt to learn just all the things that she knows and has been doing for like decades, literally. So, recap, salt to taste, a tablespoon of yeast, 500 ml of warm water, stir so that everything dissolves, measure out 800 grams of flour. I actually weighed it out. I can't estimate by eye like my mum can. Mix all the ingredients together to make the dough. Knead for 10 minutes. Let it rise somewhere warm. This took about an hour and a half. Remove from the container and knead it again for about 10 minutes. Separate into 2 equal portions. Place into a lightly oiled baking pan. Let it rise again for however long it needs. I clearly didn't do a good job of getting 2 equally sized loaves, but it took about an hour and a half. My mum didn't wet the top, but I did because apparently a bit of moisture produces a slightly crunchier crust. and then bake for about 30 minutes. Easy and delicious. All up, it took me about 30 minutes of my time, kneading and mixing and stuff. It took the yeast about 3 hours of time in 2 1.5 hour lots, where I was doing other things, of course. And it took the oven about 30 minutes of baking time. Team effort.
Πολύ ωραίο.
This is the best bread.
Θαυμάσιο.
Awesome, my mum's saying. Το φας και εσύ?
Δώσε μου και εμένα. Μια από εκεί. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Να είστε καλά όλοι, ευχόμαστε. Πάντα να μαθαίνετε, πάντα να ρωτάτε, πάντα να κάνετε τα καλά τα πράγματα. Αυτό θέλω εγώ. Ωραίο. Πάρα πολύ καλά.